Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
The news of the day, which comes courtesy of Jeff Goodman. This one was, I don't know about you guys. I'll remember where I was forever when this one dropped. Louisville is expected to part ways with Kenny Payne after 2 seasons, according to Jeff Goodman. It's likely to be official in the next 24 to 48 hours. Payne won 12 total games in 2 seasons. Matt, it's kind of funny that the way this has come full circle, because I believe we were on the air the night that Louisville lost an exhibition game. And we knew then before this season started, you and I were on the same show. We knew then that it was Kenny Payne was probably not long for this world as a Louisville coach, but now it's official. When you just assess the situation there, what are your thoughts on why Kenny was never really able to get it going?
Yeah, John, you bring up monumental places where we were. 4 years ago, I was in the Barclays Center getting taken off the floor. And today, I was in the Barclays Center press room covering the Atlantic 10 tournament, and it was talk about coming full circle. So 4 years ago
Wow.
so I'll never forget that. But you know what? For Kenny Payne, and there's still information that has to come out, and we haven't heard any statement from the athletic department or the athletic director or anything like that. But it was his first head job. And I'd love to get Tyler Hansbrough's take on this too, because you look at some of these programs around the country that are hiring guys that have never been head coaches, and then the University of North Carolina is one of them. Tyler's alma mater with Hubert Davis, Duke with John Shire, Villanova with Cal Neptune. I mean, these blue blood programs hiring guys that have never called a play on their own, that have always been assistants and great assistant coaches. There's an expectation at these places, not just to get to an NCAA tournament, not just to compete for a conference championship, but to win national championships. And that's the standard at Louisville. It's to win a national championship. So I think if you called Coach John Calipari right now, he would tell you that Kenny Payne is one of his best assistant coaches of all time. I think the job that he did when he was at Kentucky with them, recruiting and investing in players and the relationship with players. But taking over a program like Louisville is a different step, and it's a different step to take. And there's a different level of expectation that comes to that when you slide over from being an assistant coach to becoming a head coach. And when you're at a blue blood program, when you're at a program that expects national championships and you've never been a head coach, it's hard. And that's why you see some of these young guys. And I always defend the coaches. And I've defended John Shire. I've defended Hubert Davis, Kyle Neptune too. You got to give some of these guys time to grow, to develop. But we're not in a time where that happens. It is, and especially at these places where they expect national championships.
Let me tell you about our newest partner for the month of March, Splash Sports, the home of certified community competition, where you get to play against your friends and not the house. Whatever game it is that you are playing, from survivors to tiers to pick X, the safest way to play for real money without the hassle of having to track down deposits or worry about payments is through Splash. They have partnered with PaySafe, the best deposit and payment system in the world, to ensure that money stays in safe hands and is delivered to the right places. To join the Field of 68 Survivor Madness, click the link in our profile below and join in. Entries are $5 a pop with a prize pool of up to $4,500. Winner take all.
Yeah, Tyler, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what McCall said right there. But the one difference I will say, and you look at Shire, you look at Hubert Davis right now, which Coach Davis has done an unbelievable job this year, ACC Coach of the Year, really did a 180 and has impressed a lot of people. But you also see at those two blue blood programs, those coaches retired, and still you see Coach K and Coach Williams kind of hanging around. And I'm not saying they just kind of left and kind of went on their own. But at Louisville, you didn't really have that. Pitino didn't really retire, and he wasn't really, it wasn't the smoothest of transitions. And there's a lot of pressure, especially at those programs, especially if you played there. Kenny Payne had a great impact on Louisville, so he probably put a lot of pressure on himself. And also the program went south and south fast, and he received a lot of public criticism, and it's hard to kind of recover from that. And there's a lot of coaches that are great assistant coaches that it's just a different thing when they become head coaches, and there's nothing wrong with that. And to just go straight to Louisville as a head coaching job, that's tough to do. I do hope that he gets another chance somewhere, and somewhere where there's not as much spotlight, where he can really kind of do his thing without a lot of public criticism to really see what he wants as a coach. But, this isn't really groundbreaking to me either.
Yeah, Tyler, I do want to ask you a follow-up here about just the job itself. Obviously, it's sort of a new, they joined the ACC 10 years ago, and in some ways that's fantastic. And in other ways, I think it makes life a little bit harder, just in terms of who you're having to, go up against night to night. What should the expectations, you think, as somebody that's an ACC product, what should the expectations of the Louisville basketball coach be in 2024?
They should be Louisville should go and hit the portal, and they should bring in a coach that's going to make a big splash, because Louisville is a tradition and it's a great winning program. They have tradition there, and they need to get back to that. There's no reason why a coach can't immediately come in and turn the program around quicker than usual. And so I would look for Louisville to try to get a big name and make a big splash immediately.
Matt, what do you think? It's been a little, results have varied, and that obviously that's coaching hires, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. But where are you on just what the annual expectations for Louisville should be in this day and age?
I think the annual expectations is to get to the NCAA tournament, but that needs to be every year. Whoever they bring in, that's going to be the standard. That's what they're going to expect. If you're gonna, fire Kenny Payne and move him on and pay him a lot of money for him to go on to whatever next for him, the next guy that comes in there, the expectation is going to be in the NCAA tournament next year. And whoever that is, I think it's got to be someone that has a track record of winning. They have a track record of winning in college, knowing how to build a program, bring in the right guys. It's not just about bringing in talent. It's not just being, recruiting. You got to bring in the right guys. And in the day and age of the transfer portal, when you can go in the portal and you could just take talent and recruit all this talent, if you take someone in the transfer portal that's not the right fit in your locker room, or that's bad for your culture, you have no shot. You have no chance. So bringing in someone that is going to be able to recruit the state of Kentucky, which there's great players in the state of Kentucky. We see one that's a freshman right now at Kentucky that's the best freshman in the SEC. Being able to evaluate that and evaluate and take the right transfers and put the right staff around you. And I think the expectations are to be in the NCAA tournament next year. They're not moving on Kenny Payne to bring someone in that they don't feel like can get to the tournament next year.
Last one on this, Tyler, I'll go to you. Kenny Payne spent 4 years at Louisville. He's a beloved figure there for his playing days, and yet you gotta go to him and you gotta fire him. It was undeniable. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it with the results as we talked about. But you still got to look a Louisville lifer in the face and say you're done here after 2 years. Is that like for you? And I know, at Carolina, and Duke, it's just part of the thing, but it also shows the risk, right? When you bring in, somebody that's been such a big part of the program, if it doesn't work.
It is, and I can't imagine it's going to be an easy talk forever. Has to make or tell Kenny Payne that. But also, Louisville basketball and their program is bigger than any one person. If it is not going in the direction that they feel is best for the program, they have to make that decision. And sometimes it's tough, and there'll be a lot of emotions involved. But you have to do what's best for your program in order for it to keep that tradition.
Yep.
Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.